players. Let's bring in David then, who is a Sunderland supporter. He gave us a call this evening. Welcome to Total Sport, David.
Hi there.
Hey, David.
Do you share, broadly speaking, the opinions that I've read out from those messages?
Yeah, well, I tell you what, if Sunderland fans thought the football under Parky was bad, you should see when this guy comes in, because it'll be pass back. He likes to play for a draw, because I'm a Sunderland supporter, but I also follow Rangers as well.
Mm.
And when he was at Ibrox, he was absolutely detested, like.
I mean, that's interesting because obviously Rangers, Celtic, two teams in that league, most games have a lot of possession and go for it. But you're saying even at a club like Rangers in the Scottish Premier League was
defensive.
Yeah.
Very defensive. And the Rangers fans like attacking football like Sunderland.
Yeah.
I was going to say there's
working out.
Yeah, there's a sort of similar level of expectation of good football, I think, at both Rangers and Sunderland, and that's what makes it feel like, Martin. But we'll come back to you, David, in just a sec. That's what makes it feel so odd. Is it doesn't feel like it fits, frankly.
Yeah, again, there's not many, if any, sort of positive messages about the appointment, and it is because Tony Mowbray, I think, fair enough, you'll always get a few who were happy he's gone and maybe thought it'll run its course, but the majority was still behind him, I would say. So to lose somebody who was respected and well liked, and to bring somebody in who it seems is really sort of low down the list who fans was want. Again, when things are going well, things have been going well, the team's exciting, and on the back of these two results, everything was sort of positive again after you've lost Tony Mowbray, but it just seems like you're sort of trying to drag it back down a little bit with the appointment. And it's it's like any new manager. You get off to a good start, a few results, and things can turn, but just listening to David there, he's sort of an opinion that doesn't think that will happen.
Yeah, I'm gonna play you another Sunderland supporter who we spoke to earlier, David. He wasn't able to come on the show live, but we did speak to him earlier. He's a Sunderland and Rangers supporter as well, like I mentioned. He's Peter. He's called Peter, and he's been giving us an insight into Michael Beale's time at Ibrox, and I'm interested, David, as to whether you agree at the end of this.
I'm very underwhelmed, I'm not going to lie. I will get behind him like I would with any manager. Tony Mowbray was brought into the club to give us much needed stability, and then obviously the appointment after that was always going to be, can that next manager take us to the next level? And I just don't understand really how the hierarchy can think, how is Beale capable of taking Sunderland to the Premier League? Because ultimately the long-term goal is for Sunderland to get promoted. He didn't do well at Rangers. He was given a lot of responsibility when he got the job, and for me the recruitment was very, very poor. Ultimately, I would say that's why he got dismissed, because they were his players and they didn't deliver for him. When watching Rangers, what their identity were as a football team, he kind of liked to play with inverted wingers. Rangers were very narrow, they had no width, the shape was all wrong defensively, like they were always caught out in the transition and very easy to counter-attack on. Football is a results business, and he lost the big games. He lost the final, he lost the semi-final, he didn't win a trophy. I think he won one derby out of 6, and that was when the title was already wrapped up for Celtic. So yeah, like I say, he just didn't get the results, and he was trusted to bring in the players who he thought would make a difference, and ultimately they didn't. And like I say, since he has left, that club have gone from strength to strength. It became quite predictable. I would say at Rangers, if it wasn't going his way, he wasn't very adaptable. He always seemed to just stick it out. He didn't really have a plan B. He's all about playing with high full backs and inverted wingers, but at Sunderland, given how good our wingers are, I don't think he could afford to do that here, because straight away he would be nullifying our best assets. So hopefully he's learned from his previous mistakes, is what I will say. When he first got the Rangers job, I thought, he's a likeable guy, but eventually once things didn't go his way, but for me in the media he gives too much away. I always like a manager, who has their cards quite close to their chest, but my biggest concern moving forward with Sunderland is I'm not sure Beale is the type of character that will connect the dressing room. When you look at Sunderland, definitely a group, like a lads who get on well on the pitch and off the pitch. Under Beale, I don't know, I just get that sense of, I can imagine there would be a bit of a rift in the camp, a bit of a divide, certainly if things don't go well. I mean, short term, yes, it might work, but long term, yeah, I think there would be quite a bit of unrest. Michael Beale is very his way or the highway. I know with certain